within seconds, it just started like the blob. It just started like flowing up. We went and grabbed breakfast, and then it's all the way to the road now. It's pretty crazy how
What's up,
quickly.
everybody? Good morning.
Yeah, so you've seen it just continue to rise.
Yeah.
I mean, what were your initial thoughts? Were you a little scared seeing all of this?
Yeah, I mean, we did see posts and stuff in Kerrville and Ingram and Hunt where there's just houses demolished and stuff. So yeah, it's a little terrifying just to see the waters come this way and see what it's going to happen and how far it's going to go and everything. So a little terrifying.
Are you going to be staying out here for a little while, or are you going to start to head home?
Yeah, we're probably just going to look for a little bit, but yeah, we'll probably head in just to be safe and everything. So.
Great, thank you so much. We appreciate it. Now here, you can see the rainfall is still coming down very heavily. We are under the I-10 bridge, so with our camera equipment to stay dry, but you can just see this is just intense flooding happening here. A lot of people just standing around very shocked and concerned, just looking around, seeing this water flow. I mean, you can see the water is up to those trees. You can barely see the roots of it. So we're here, we're going to be here, we're going to keep you updated. Everyone that is out here, just be safe and stay informed. We'll be online and on air with the latest. Guys, back to you.
Taylor, just kind of set the scene, not the mood, but the scene from where you are for folks who aren't maybe familiar with Comfort. You're under a bridge, but where exactly you are in relation to the city, and are there campgrounds around there? What exactly is there by that river?
Yeah, so there is a golf course not too far from us, which is completely underwater. Like, you wouldn't even notice what it is. Down to my left is a few homes. I don't see any campgrounds, but there is some residential areas that we did drive by, and their backyard is basically this. So this is a residential area, but this is just a clear road. A few areas, but they're spread apart over this area in Comfort.
She said that there's a golf course nearby.
A golf course nearby.
And that golf course is
yes, right over here.
Is probably underwater. But good stuff with the interview. The lady was she lives in the area. She's camping.
Yeah, they came to the area, and they're from Kerrville. They just moved to Comfort, and they were looking forward to the 4th of July fireworks tonight. Obviously, that has been canceled and not happening. So they're going to be heading out shortly. They've been here for some time, just watching this all unfold.
You were talking, we were talking earlier, Taylor, about just Comfort in general, and quaint little town, quaint little Texas town, shops, fun little stores to go to. I don't know the route that you took. So did you go through the city, the heart of downtown? Just kind of what's happening there in the city itself? I see what's happening on the outskirts and the riverbank there, but did you go through the heart of Comfort?
So yeah, we definitely did go through the heart of Comfort. We did see a lot of, first responders out on the road. A lot of roads were blocked off here in Comfort, but I do want to mention that we did pass the bridge of the Guadalupe River, and that was I was in shock just to see the massive overflow of water coming through. It was just intense to see. Again, it just looked like a complete ocean coming through. And you can see down here, we have another first responder vehicle. We have people coming out just to look at the water here. This looks like this is a residential area. A lot of people coming out of their homes, unfortunately, that are still here, and they're talking to first responders here. Many people still just looking around in the area. We do have a lot of watchers here just taking this all in. Again, the Texas Department of Public Safety just passing us by right here. So lots of things, moving parts here in Comfort.
Probably those first responders making sure the homes nearby, as you mentioned, Taylor, are not in danger. And if they are, probably going to be knocking on some doors saying, hey, you may want to consider going to higher ground. Yeah, well, that's a good news. And Taylor, we realize you just hit the ground running and jumped on front of a camera. So forgive me for asking if you have the information, say if you don't know it, say you don't. But have you heard anything about evacuation orders or anything along those lines there in Comfort?
Yeah, so again, there was a mandatory evacuation in this area. So that's what we have learned from the Facebook pages of here in Comfort and Kendall County. So there was a mandatory evacuation.
Okay, so that's important to note. Mandatory evacuation.
Press conference soon. Jody?
We just want to make sure that people understand that
they can evacuate with their pets, and that their pets will be safe and that they can stay with them, and because being safe is the number one priority.
Have you seen anything like this, either of you?
A little bit on the flood side and on the freeze, but a big freeze here, saw that. But this is truly epic with pets and people. Again, people are the priority right now, but people want to save their pets, and that's what we're here for. We're the extra to do that.
Pets Alive.
So please reach out to us, Kerrville Pets Alive. You can message us on Facebook, Instagram, or call our number 830-200-0539.
Anything else you think people need to know?
No, I think we're good. Just people take care of themselves, and look out for that Kerrville press conference.
All right. Good morning, guys. How you doing? Welcome. There's massive flooding going on. I slept in a little bit. We were up late last night covering all those crazy fires and stuff. So they said that there's been heavy rain overnight. It led to deadly catastrophic flooding in central Texas. Kerr County Judge Rob Kelly confirms at least 6 people have died. The Guadalupe River has rose to 22 feet in 3 hours. In 3 hours overnight near Hunt. I wanted to show you this clip too. Layla sent this of a guy supposedly clinging to a tree to be rescued. Let's take a look at that.
Gentlemen, Godspeed. There's a church behind me, and we are not to Lane Valley Road yet. So we are west of Lane Valley Road. You've heard people talk about Lane Valley and it being impassable. I heard you just a minute ago say that, people sent video from earlier on Lane Valley when it was when the water was still coming up, and so we're just a little bit west of that, if you can imagine it. And
right there.
These guys are trying to
Rescue a man.
Can you see that man, Sue, in the tree?
Wow. Right now, if Sue...
Okay, we're just going to stay with this.
Yeah, there is a man. Sue said she heard people screaming, Sue, and I'm assuming it is that gentleman who first responders are trying to help out right there, and that water is moving fast.
Yeah, there he is. Awesome.
Oh, they got him.
They got the guy.
Right.
You're watching a live shot. We're out of Center Point right now. We are in just outside of Center Point. Sue Kalberg is on the scene. Sue,
Rockman, good morning.
Did you
Happy
hear or
Independence
do
Day.
you know if you heard more than one person yelling for help?
It is so noisy out here with the rain and the traffic. I know for sure that I heard one person screaming, but as you saw, when they put that guy in the boat, they were pointing upstream. So I don't know if there's another person, but maybe they'll rescue one fellow, and then if there's more people, they will go back and get them. Common sense would indicate you'd save one person and then go on to the next. But we're going to know more in just a minute here.
Yeah, but you're not hearing any other yells
hear
at this point.
anybody screaming. I'm not hearing any other screams at this point, but they were pointing upstream as if maybe there's somebody else. You see, he's still pointing. They're going to try to get him out of the water.
A young...
Looks to be a relatively young man.
Yeah. Looks like maybe he's woken up.
And as I said, in this area, we saw RVs float downstream, just out of our line of sight here. RVs, parts of buildings. He keeps pointing back over his shoulder, and the boat is gone again now. The boat is back out in the water.
Can you...
Earl, where's the umbrella? We're going to go on. I'm under cover right now.
Wow, is that a top of a... There's something really large top of...
And the power.
Floating down the river.
And also...
It's headed for those first responders.
If we can...
We're live streaming, so we're live streaming.
Live TV. You're on my property.
Yeah, oh, thank you. I appreciate the hospitality. You're not going to chase us out of here, are you? Yeah, come over here and talk to me and tell me what you know. What are we looking at here?
Started going back down.
Not yet. Somebody said there's a house floating downstream. Is there a house floating downstream right there?
Oh, how the hell should I know?
I see a roof line.
Is that right there?
Yeah, is that a house on the move, or does that house belong there?
If anything, that's not a house.
It's just a roof?
Storage shed.
A storage shed.
If it's anything, but no, the houses
Okay.
you can see.
Earl, go get that guy.
You can see all the houses here.
Okay.
Well, they're underwater.
Okay, I'm just gonna, y'all just come with me. We're gonna.
One of the guys that works for me told me that there was a guy in a tree.
Yes, they just got him. This is him.
Oh, they got him.
Yeah.
Don't get it.
Your heart goes out for that young man who just, was clinging to a tree to try and save his life.
Literally 60 seconds ago, rescuers pulled him out of that tree to get him out of that flood water. And you know this young man wasn't out there by himself.
No.
There are other people that have to be out in those waters. The rescue boat immediately turned around.
Wow.
And right now we are.
So that was that rescue from a tree was a little bit ago. The flooding is still continuing now. They've confirmed 6 people dead, which is pretty crazy. That they know of, obviously. Last night was pretty crazy with the fires too. Ooh, check this one out. Oh, they got off.
After that, it
Bad
should
weather.
continue to recede. At one point, it was at major flood stage.
They're getting ready
at
for a press
over
conference, too?
20 feet. The rain is still coming down. It's coming down at a decent clip. More so light rain in Kerrville. However, just to the west, there's more heavy rain approaching. Want to point out that there is a flash flood warning that includes Comfort and much of western Kendall County until 3 o'clock this afternoon. That area has picked up 1 to 3 inches of rain. Could see another 1 to 2 inches. Heaviest rain is moving out of the warned area into eastern Kendall County. That's approaching Canyon Lake.
If you guys could help me out with a like button, please, and I appreciate that. No notifications. We used them up yesterday. We're on late last night, so if you could help me out with the like button. 6 confirmed dead, and a lot of the talk has been about this Guadalupe River, 22 feet in 3 hours. They said there was a flash flooding, flash emergency, allowing wireless emergency alerts to be sent to cell phones at 4 a.m. The Guadalupe River flood wave reached Comfort, and the river rose 26 feet in 45 minutes. Damn. Wow. They get ready for a press conference. Let me see if we got what else we got in here. Okay, here's some. Let's take a look at just some live scenes over here. Waiting on a press conference. What are you guys doing today, man? What's the plan? Anything chilling? Going out? Let me take a look at the chat. Happy 4th, happy 4th. Oh, he's talking.
Everybody, today's been a really difficult day so far in Kerr County, and we'd like to share with you some information about our response. We are currently in an extremely active scene right now. There are assets deployed across the county to help start the recovery process from this catastrophic flooding. I have with me today much of our command staff, and today you're going to hear from, this morning, from County Judge Rob Kelly and Kerrville Mayor Joe Herring, standing right behind me, about our response. Again, please understand this is an ongoing, very active scene. We're going to give as much information as we can, but please respect the fact this is, we have every single asset possible available to us that has been deployed for this recovery. So with that, we'll open up to a few questions and statements. So
that's it.
Statements real quick from Judge Kelly.
Good morning. I want to thank everyone for being here and being part of this response. You need to know that the response is being led locally, but also at the state level, with very active participation. I was awakened this morning with a phone call from Nim Kidd, who is the Executive Director of the Texas Department of Emergency Management, and we were on their radar screen. And as we were walking out of the Sheriff's Office, we had a call from Senator Cornyn. I've been in touch with both our state senator and our state representative, and we have assets available. There's a lot of discussion about casualties, how many fatalities, a lot of discussion about how many people are missing. And I've been advised not to use any numbers. We do have some numbers, but we're not going to use them at this time. We'll have another meeting. What is it, 3 o'clock? We have another one? And hopefully be able to flesh out some of those numbers. But suffice it to say, this has been a very devastating and deadly flood. I happen to live on Highway 39, which was the Guadalupe River this morning. And from the benchmarks and the people that my wife bought the property from years ago, this far surpasses the 87 flood. I'm happy to say that the water did not get in the house. It got my office and the fence and the gate and the outbuildings. But when you look out your front door and you see the Guadalupe River running, it'll wake you up, let me tell you. With that, we can confirm that we are jointly working with each other. We don't have specific counts on the number of helicopters or different pieces of equipment at this point. Again, we'll probably try to have a little bit more information about that at 3 o'clock. But what we need is cooperation and prayers. And for the cooperation, if there are any people that are interested in trying to donate anything to help us with this response, please do that with the American Red Cross and identify this event, the Guadalupe River flood, and we'll let them handle that. And with that, I want to introduce the mayor. We share responsibilities. Both I do the county, he does the city, but he is the senior emergency manager for the city. Mayor?
Thank you, Judge. Thank you for being here. My role today is to say thank you. Thank you to the men and women who are working to save lives, save property. This came at night when people were asleep in bed. Please pray.
And with that, we'd like to open it up for questions.
Kind of a base camp.
Wait.
What was that, sorry?
The report was that we had numerous kids from Camp Mystic missing, and I just saw that they may have been all accounted for. Can you guys confirm that the camps are accounted for at this point?
Okay. Judge?
I can respond to that. We can't say for sure that they're all accounted for. We know that there are some missing. We know where some of them are stranded. And we've worked to confirm that with the people out of Camp Mystic. But in terms of exactly how many are missing and unaccounted for, we're not sure about that number. But we have a bunch of them that we're trying to get back.
I'm building on that. Rudy Koski with Fox Austin. These kids, were they in trees? You know, where were these rescues and how were these rescues done?
I don't know the answer to that question.
And by who? Was it National Guard, DPS?
I don't know.
Jayla Washington here with KFan. I know you guys aren't giving specific numbers. Would you be able to give us any indication of the people who you guys have found who unfortunately did pass away? Are they older? Are they younger?
Actually, most of them, we don't know who they are. We're having had fingerprint them at the funeral home. And one of them was completely naked. He didn't have any ID on him at all. So we're trying to get the identity of these folks, but we don't have it yet.
There are other camps that we are having viewers
Thank
ask
you.
us about. The Heart of Hills Girls Camp and another Boy Scout camp. We have a lot of parents who are watching right now who are concerned about their kiddos at several of these camps. Have you heard any?
We have a lot of camps.
Right.
And I live right across from Rio Vista Camp. There are questions about that too. I don't know any specifics about any of the individual camps, What I do know is that everybody is doing their very, very best and trying to get this identified as much as we can.
Parents who have their kids at these camps, how can they find out if their kids are safe?
Call the camp.
Do we have any idea how many rescues you've already attempted this morning, swiftwater rescues? Any ideas on that?
Dozens. Dozens.
Can you talk to us about what kind of warning system might have been in place last night, just to make sure that everybody got out safely?
We do not have a warning system on route.
Earlier, I was told that the boats couldn't even be deployed near the Junction Highway. The boats were on standby. They're waiting on aircraft. Is that still the case right now? These are all aircraft rescues of boats.
I don't know anything about that.
Judge, why weren't these camps evacuated yesterday? Texas Department of Emergency Management put out an all call and said there's going to be a problem. We knew there was going to be a problem. Why weren't these camps evacuated?
I can't answer that. I don't know.
Well, you're the judge. I mean,
Oh,
you're the top official here in this county. Why can't you answer that? There are kids missing. These camps were in harm's way. We knew this flood was coming.
We didn't know this flood was coming. Rest assured, no one knew this kind of flood was coming. We have floods all the time. This is the most dangerous river valley in the United States. And we deal with floods on a regular basis. When it rains, we get water. We had no reason to believe that this was going to be anything like what's happened here. None whatsoever.
Do you have any streamlined process for reuniting families who are still?
Yes. We have some reunification locations. In West Kerr County, it's at the Ingram Elementary School. And for here in Kerrville, it's at the Arcadia, I think. Is that right? And then they'll have to coordinate. You know, ultimately, the two have to coordinate to see who we have and who we don't. So.
Damn, where's flooding since 1987?
Earlier that, obviously they were very thankful for the help, but they were saying that there seemed to be some confusion regarding where to go to find your family members. Is there going to be one streamlined process to try to keep everything organized here?
We have the two locations. That's as good as we can do right now.
Is there anything that you'd like to say to these families? Anything that you'd like to let them know about what you guys are doing right now?
All I can tell you is that everybody is doing everything within their power to get these kids out, take care of the adults as well, and get them reunified. But that's all we can say is we got a whole lot of people that are in the sheriff's office, a whole lot of people with KPD and KFD, and we've got the state.
Can you speak to the specifics of what all the agencies that have been brought into the community to help with this event?
Well, obviously there's the DPS, and I worked with the MKID on Tatum. And do we have any others at this point?
Texas Parks and Wildlife.
Yeah, TPW.
Texas Parks and Wildlife. Texas
Yeah, go ahead.
Thank you. So some of the resources that are out there right now, we work with Texas Department of Emergency Management through their processes and their teams. And by the way, I'm Dalton Rice, the city manager for City of Kerrville. Through Texas or through TDEM, all the different access can be deployed throughout the state. So through different STARS requests. So both the city and the county issued disaster declarations recently. We are in contact with the governor's office. There are even federal assets as far as Coast Guard. So we are working with as many possible agencies. We've had cities reach out to us across the board within the region to offer their support.
Dawn, can you speak to...
Just one more question, please.
Dawn, can you speak to, like, city infrastructure, water and power and sewer right now, since the river, probably compromised the water treatment plant?
Yes, sir. So KPUB, our Kerrville Public Utility Board, they reported recently about 2,700 outages. They are currently ongoing. Most of it was down power lines. I know my house is still without power. We have multiple sources of water, typically groundwater and surface water. With the floods like this, we did have a little bit of damage to the surface side, and we shut it down just because of the chemicals in the environment side. We are operating off of well water currently. We do encourage everybody to exercise extreme conservation. We are currently not in a boil water notice, but that could change. So as we continue to work through this, we will continue to communicate and update anything as far as water, mostly water and power. But please conserve. We are working with various shelters. I don't have the list on me right now, but I know that's circulating. We are working with some other donations and providers for bottled water, for food, and for other resources, along with children. I did just get a report, too, that we do have some mental health task force as well that are in the area, should we need any mental health task force as well.
Anything to do with evacuations now, because the rain does continue? Anything that you want to tell people out there while you've got the audience here about if people need to evacuate with the rain and the water continuing?
Yeah, last question on the evacuation piece. We obviously, this is a very ongoing situation. We're continuing to monitor the weather. Pay attention to your local media sources. We are continuing to get information out there. We are encouraging people to either shelter in place where they can. We are not seeing a lot of the small creeks be hit, which sometimes do happen. This is a more widespread North Fork, South Fork issue that all kind of converged and hit everything at once. So we encourage people to shelter in place. If you can, stay home, stay out of high water, don't drive into unknown waters or floods. We know this is a significant event. Use caution, use discretion. Don't be getting close to the water's edge. This is a very quickly moving river, and things can happen very fast. So with that, we want everybody to be safe, and we will have another meeting at 3 o'clock.
The towns that are actually under evacuation orders right now?
There is no official evacuation order as far as the cities or towns themselves. So no evacuation order has been issued across the cities or counties. This is mostly just small subdivisions or RV parks or certain key assets within or areas within the city and the county. So thank you.
So that's good. Can I ask a question?
One question.
Thank you. There are a lot of questions about why people weren't notified and what we did locally. I think that it's important to note Code Red went out this morning, correct? We had KPD since early this morning talking on Facebook. There were road warnings, and I saw Tegan there today at Command Center at 7:30 in the morning.
Real quick on this one, I was running the river trail at 3 a.m. this morning just because I'm that guy, and there was no signs of it. The rain was here on the river trail, which is down below at the water's edge at 3:30 and 4 o'clock when I left. There was no signs of it rising at that point. This happened very quickly over a very short amount of time that could not be predicted, even with the radar. Our team constantly reviews radar, constantly has NWS, or National Weather Service messages. We send them out on a regular basis and we communicate effectively. This is not like a tornado where you can have a siren. This is not like a hurricane where you're planning weeks in advance. It hit hard, and things like this happen in a very strategic, very isolated area. And when those two things converge, you had what happened today. So this happened within less than a 2-hour span, very, very quickly. So thank you.
That's going to conclude what we're going to do right now. Please follow us on Facebook, Kerr County Sheriff's Office, as well as the City of Kerrville. We do release information there, and we will have media advisories coming for another update later in the day. Thank you.
The next conference will be here also?
Yes.
Next conference, is that what's happening?
Okay, man. So
Sorry. I apologize for being here late today.
all my Texas people stay safe. Oh, God. Keep unplugging this. Yeah, my Texas people stay safe. That's one of the, I think, the second demographics that watches the channel. Second largest. Stay safe if you're out there in Texas. I think they're going to do a press conference at 3 again. Well, I'm assuming 3 their time, so that's going to be like 4 Eastern. I have a couple of clips that I can show you, and we'll keep looking at some of the lives. I wanted to jump on and just kind of check in with you guys a bit. And I am going to update later today. I'm going to look into some of the explosions that happened yesterday, but also I'm going to focus on the one where there's 7 people missing. I'm going to try to do that one first. And so make sure you subscribe to the iCkEdMeL Clips channel. Let me pin it in the chat if you're not subscribed, because I do a lot of the updates there, because I'm trying to save notifications on the main channel for when breaking stuff happens, so I'm trying to do a lot of the updates on the second channel. So if you're wondering, like, oh, what happened to this story? What happened to that story? Some people are interested in that. Some people aren't. Some people are interested in that. I'm posting on the Clips channel. A lot of times I post up new stories too on the Clips channel, but lately I've been trying to catch up with all this stuff that's happening. So the last 2-3 days it's been like updates. But I do like to post new stories on there too when I can, so yeah, look out for that later. There was a helicopter rescue. Layla sent me this. Let me just show this real quick today.
Kind of a base camp, but this is a water rescue happening
over at River, near the water, over by River Run Camp. This is where one of our photographers is stationed at, and I guess he is capturing
Hey, Loma, I'm glad you're
a water
okay
rescue that's happening right now.
I'm in Texas.
Hard to see what exactly he is over. You know, the flooding and some of the other parts, quite honestly, appears to be worse than what we're seeing here. Oh, we got some audio. Oh, there it is. You can see you see someone being pulled up. I can't even imagine. I can't even imagine what that victim must be thinking.
Well, and it's difficult for some of these game wardens who are out on the boats trying to get everyone to dry land safely, simply because there's a lot of debris in the water. They don't know exactly what they're going up against, and sometimes I'm reading on Facebook, sometimes people are missed, the boats have missed them. Please be patient as these emergency officials are doing the best they can to get to everyone. But that was a live water rescue from our photographer, Fernando, being able to pluck that person from the river.
Bama says it's going to be a long weekend. Email notifications are the best. Yeah, email notifications are fixed. So if you want to consider joining the email list, you can. You just go to iCkEdMeL.com. There's an alerts page, or you just scroll down the web page. There's an email there. So if you're missing notifications, a lot of people tell me they're not getting YouTube notifications. So if either the email list, or if you're on Discord, you get it on Discord or Facebook or Twitter. Some of the other places, in some cases, the only reason I'm streaming there is to send out a notification, because people tell me, oh, they got it from Facebook or wherever else. Sorry about that. They got it from Facebook or somewhere else, and they come over here, or some people just hang out over there, and I'll have a small crew of people on Facebook. They prefer Facebook. So, yeah, they're saying already. Let's see what this lady had to say.
Well, I can't say for sure. I'm aware of two that we helped secure the individuals and notified the sheriff's department.
Let me pump up the volume.
I would be speaking out of turn because I don't know.
Okay. What do those active rescues look like right now?
Right now, we have swift water teams from the volunteer departments that have boats, also Texas Parks and Wildlife. They're going out in boats to try to ford some of these crossings and get into areas where people have high water in their homes, and they're cutting holes in their ceilings and getting on their roofs. And we also have aircraft coming into the area to secure folks off of their highest points of their structures and bring them into a location where they can be assessed by an EMS team, provided warm clothing and something to eat, and try to relocate.
Is this an Ingram or Hunt?
It's Ingram, it's Hunt, it's Mountain Home, it's Center Point, it's Comfort. It's all in the Kerr County area. We're all trying to work together.
Any idea how many homes may have been lost?
No, I would be hazarding a guess, and given the tragic circumstances, I would not want to do that.
There's a lot
of everything's bigger in Texas.
The girls' campground and also the boys' campground. Can you give us an update on those? Were they evacuated?
The last I heard, they were evacuating the camps, but I haven't heard anything else. And that would come under, more than likely, would be Chief Poole out in Hunt.
Where should people go if they're seeing this and they know family needs help, but they don't know how they can get that?
There is an emergency operations center set up at Ingram Elementary. We also have a center set up at the City West Church. They can check in there and see if they have loved ones there. Also, we've opened up our station. Folks can come in here if they have nowhere to go. We also are taking in animals. So we have, as I said, Kerrville Pets Alive has been very generous in helping us out with that. And we are trying to relocate folks so they can meet up with their loved ones. It's just a very fluid situation.
The people that are deceased, are they male, female, young, old?
One was a female, and the other one I'm not sure.
Anything else you think other people need to know?
Not at the, well, just be aware that the rain is still trending. We're still, you guys have meteorologists. You can see what's going on right above us, and we're still getting rain. So that means we're still going to have water coming up above us that's going to be coming to us, and we're getting rain right here. People need to be very vigilant. They need to stay at home, or they need to seek high ground.
Chief, your name and your title.
My name is Diana, D-I-A-N-A, Backus, B-A-C-C. I'm the fire chief of the Ingram Fire Department.
Thank you so much.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay. So they checked out with that. She was saying 2 dead there. This is historic flooding. Very dangerous. They're saying it kind of came out of nowhere. They're saying, let me see if there's any, I can find some. I'm sure there's other live feeds out there. I just wanted to pop in a little bit earlier in the day, check in. And Layla reminded me that I forgot there's actually that Texas fire we covered last night was weird too, because at first they said it was a house explosion, but then they said it was actually a fire in the living room. And when they went in there was a lady, I think, and a body in the living room. So we got to check on that today too. That was really strange. So we have the explosion in Yolo County where 7 people are missing. I found something interesting about that too, so I'm gonna save that for the video. And then we had this Texas fire last night where there was a body found. Weird. I don't know. We gotta see what's up with that. And now today we have all these mass floods. I saw there was something in Las Vegas this morning too, but they said it's okay now. In Las Vegas, there was a situation this morning. Let me pull it up over here. They said a fire broke out in a storage room on the 4th floor, the Cromwell Hotel's parking garage on the Las Vegas Strip at 6:40 a.m. Smoke was visible, causing more chaos as people evacuated. Firefighters extinguished it quickly. Causes under investigation. No injuries. So let me just show you that. That was earlier. So that was that. No injuries. They're investigating it. I saw that floating around. There was another video that I saw. Let me see. I wanted to share. Let's see. Oh, they're saying over here. So they said Kerrville family missing hours after house swept away by floods. Let's take a look at this.
Going to share. I've spoken to this man standing on this foundation over here. He is actually the brother of the person who owned this home. What he's informed me of is that his brother's house is actually missing. His 2 children are missing. He has no idea where his brother is, and he doesn't have any idea where his brother's wife is. So his brother's home, including his brother's wife, and his 2 children are now missing on the situation. He's in shock. That's what he was able to share with me, but I do have confirmation that a home was here. Now it's not here, and this man is sort of left to see what actually progresses of the situation with a missing family member and an entire family. An entire family is currently missing right now. I'm sure there's more cases of this around the city, but just thinking of that, a family gone. Nobody knows where they're at. There's been a natural disaster in the area, and it's an absolute tragedy. But that's what I've been able to learn in the last 5 minutes or so after talking with him. That's all he was really willing to share with me at the moment. But like I said, this neighborhood is sort of reeling in shock, not too sure of what has just happened to them. If you put yourself in their shoes, you're living your life, you're living a happy life. Okay, you hear there's some rain going on. There might be some flooding. Okay, the next thing you know, your home's gone, your home's moved down the way. It's all very hard for the human mind to comprehend that level of destruction that happens so fast. I'm going to, stick around here, see if I can talk to police a little more, see if I can get some updated information, but...
That's crazy. And this house over here looks like it's partially torn. This house that's remaining here. So they're saying a whole family is missing in the house. the house was taken down the river. Jan, thank you so much for the membership gifts. Appreciate that. Thank you for your kindness. So yeah, it's pretty bad, man. They're saying historic. So if you have family out there in Texas, I have a couple of friends in Texas, and a lot of people that watch from Texas too from the channel. You know, just check on your family and friends. Guadalupe River. Let me see. Wow, pretty crazy. Damn, ambulance crashed into a home. This was with Philadelphia.
And now to a wild scene in Mount Holly, New Jersey this afternoon. An ambulance crashes into a home and sent 4 people to the hospital. Happened at around 3:30 this afternoon on the 900 block of Wood Lane Road. Police are still sorting out how it all happened. Actions reporter Brianna Smith is live in Mount Holly.
That's Philadelphia. Wow. All right. So, yeah, I just wanted to check in with you guys. I got to do a couple things around the house. OG Camo. I don't know why Twitch does that. I got to look into that. Thank you for coming through on Twitch, though. Appreciate that, man. Oh, it said it had technical difficulty. You try to submit a tip? Oh, no. I've tested it twice. I thought it was working, but... Let me see. Did I get a... Oh, yeah, I haven't had any tips. Technical difficulties. Oh, no. I'm going to have to look into that. More here. Thank you for the gifts. Thank you. Appreciate that. If it doesn't work, just send it to me at iCkEdMeL at iCkEdMeL.com until I fix it. What the... Maybe I changed some settings and it took down the... Mm-hmm. Yeah, I gotta fix it. It's doing that little glitch it was doing the other day. Thank you for telling me. Yeah, I'll work on that. All right. I will catch you guys later. Thank you so much. Appreciate it. Have a good day. Be safe. All right. Bye. Bloop, 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 bloop.